Hello, my friends. I'm Professor Hans von Puppet. I would like to share something important for violinists and violists all over the world. After intensive research, it has appeared that 90% of all issues and struggles people have on the violin or the viola are in the basics. Violin and viola players struggle through advanced stuff and think the problem lies in the advanced technique or the difficulty of the piece in question. What they don't know is the source of the issue they experience lies in the very basics of violin playing. The solution is very simple. Master the basics. Get to know what every violinist and violist should know. Let me introduce to you my good friend and expert, violinist Zlata.
Well, thank you for your great introduction. 90% of all issues and struggles of all violinists and violists in the world. That's a lot, isn't it? Yes, it is. And that's why I made Violin Lounge Basics, to really get this out of the world. I will first say who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you if you struggle with that you really want to play the violin or viola and you don't know where to start, and you've looked around on the internet and there's so much information, you feel so overwhelmed, you don't know where to start and what it will be your first step in your violin journey. If you're a complete beginner and want to learn violin or viola from scratch, then this is really the course for you, because you can't learn it in a more step-by-step, detailed, modern and doable way than Violin Lounge Basics, really. It's something for you if you've got pain while playing or after playing and you think it can have something to do with your holds or with the way you play. If you're using too much force, too much pressure, then this can definitely be something for you. It can definitely be something for you if you've difficulties learning a new technique, whether it's a beginning technique, an intermediate technique, or an advanced technique. If you get stuck somewhere and you have difficulties and it seems like you just can't get through that certain level, and maybe you're stuck on your current level and you doubt if you can even learn those advanced things. You doubt if you can even get to this next level. And I really want to assure you, I want to guarantee you that you can get to this next level, because I've seen it so many times. You just need to know a couple of things. The problem that 90% is in the basics, because where do you learn the basics? Well, you think maybe on a music school at your first violin lessons. Most people learn it on the conservatory. So if they're in a professional training. And before that, they have already had 15 years of lessons, 1 hour a week, which is around 2,000 euros a year. They've spent 30,000 euros. That's around $40,000. And they don't master the basics yet. They can do, of course, a lot on the violin, but they get stuck because they don't know the basics. And on a conservatory, most students have to start over again, bow on loose strings, and really need to throw their whole basics out of the window and learn them anew, because they can only get to that professional level, to their next level, when they master the basics. So they don't learn it in lesson 1, they learn it in lesson number 600. Well, they've already spent so much effort, so much time and so much money. And I'm not saying that it's total wasted or anything. Of course, they've learned a lot, otherwise they wouldn't be on that conservatory. But this is very strange that at a conservatory, after so many years of lessons, you can start all over again. You really have to learn the basics. Isn't that weird? And I would really like to do that, because if you want to play comfortable and effortless without pain and making use of your body in a way that is good for you and good for your sound and your playing, and that you really would like to start from scratch and not for 3 years, but creating a beautiful tone and creating your own music from the very start. I recommend just taking a bit more time, a bit more attention for these basics, and you will gain that time. You will gain so much time after that. You will save so much time and effort and money. It's really a no-brainer almost. So if you recognize yourself in these struggles, then what you need most right now is that you find the real problem that causes your violin struggles, and that is not in a specific piece, it's not in an advanced technique. 90% chance is that it is in the basics. And I'm not saying that this course is some kind of miracle that will solve all your issues, but what I am saying is that the chances are that it will solve 90% of your issues and struggles, and by solving 90% you can get to that next level you thought maybe not even being possible. Well, I have in this course separate motorial skills training videos to learn you the motorial skills that prepare and repair your movements, your body and mind really for violin playing in a good way with good basics. I will also teach you relaxation and stretching exercises, which are a bit yoga-like, but it's not very woo-woo and spiritual. It's just some good stretching exercises that make your playing effortless, make your body relaxed and ready, flexible for playing effortless. We're going to optimize your practice routines. I have video trainings in this program about how to practice and also how to practice in flow. So your practice hours will be more efficient, more effective, more enjoyable. And so you optimize the results that you're getting from your practice sessions. Wouldn't that be great? Because you know you have a life, it's already hard enough to find time to practice, then make the time worth it. Well, what we are of course doing and focusing on in Violin Lounge Basic is to master the basics of violin and viola playing. And if you master them, and I will help you, it's all step by step. It's not like I throw tons of information at you and let you sort it out. It's really step by step. It's doable for every average person, and it will get you great results. I really promise that, and it will be the foundation for everything that you will do on the violin, because with a weak foundation you can build a house 100 times and it will collapse 100 times. And I see this with students all the time, and it really hurts me if people come to me and they play for 20 to 30 years and they've spent so much time and effort and money in learning to play, and I have to explain them that their issue is in the basics, and how magnificent would it be if you can just learn this in an easy, doable way to really master it. It's Violin Lounge Basics is extremely detailed. It offers a lot of content, a lot of ways to go through the same thing, so you really get to master it, and it's doable for everybody. That's also something I found very important when creating Violin Lounge Basics, is that it's that you can apply it, that you can really do it, that you can really get the promised results. You don't only get the content and the information, but I will also help you implement it and get it done, so you really get the result. Well, and then if you've mastered all that, well, then everything is possible. Everything is possible. You enter a world of violin awesomeness in which everything is possible. And that's just great if you master that now and not after you have spent so many years and so many money and so much effort and that's and stuff. How does it work? You might be wondering, okay, nice story, but how exactly does it work? Well, if you get push the button get access now, then you will be sent to pay a no-brainer amount of money, which is $99, which will save you up to $40,000 of lessons, and it will save you so much effort and time. So you do the payment of $99 and then you get direct access to the whole curriculum. So I have put it in little steps, so you can start at lesson 1, step 1, and then go through it that way. You can do that in your bed, on your tablet, your phone. You can do it on your computer, wherever you can play video. You can do it while traveling, wherever you want to follow these lessons. I'll be there 24/7 for you to teach you the very basics of violin playing. So you can do the lessons as often as you like and whenever you like. You will have 1 year access to the entire curriculum. So of course I build in a logical sequence, but you get direct access to the whole content at once. So what you can also do is, if you just want to pick out that and that and that, you can do it in that way if you want to go back. So you're completely free how to do it, but what I would really recommend to you is to follow the just little steps. Then you will get the maximum results from this. Well, then let's talk about the content that we will be covering in this course. Well, I'll be teaching you through a so-called auditive phase. It's a very modern way of teaching. It's really a 19th century thought that you first need to read notes and understand some theory before you can start playing. Well, recent studies have shown that you can better just start playing, start from the music, start playing by ear, listen and try to imitate it on your instrument and play it. It works far more effective and far more motivating than that you learn first all the theory, because then your playing gets really instead of that you first make music and then you're going to recognize it in notes, which is not part of this course, by the way, but the entire course is without notes, so it's all on hearing, but I will help you how to do that, because that's possible for everybody. I will teach you how to do that. So the content. Do you have a minute? Well, we start out with coordination exercises. You must, in violin play, do very different things with your left hand and your right hand and arms. So we are trained some coordination for you and to make it all easier. Then we do some motorial skill training for your right hand technique, for your bowing technique. So you will bow from the first stroke without any squeaks or scratches or whatever, and you know right away how to solve it. Then we have lots of exercises, motorial skill training for left hand technique. Same thing, you can play easily in tune, your hand is more relaxed, flexible and stuff. We talk about body posture, which will make also your sound better, because if you don't stand stable, then your sound will not be stable and your hold will be all out of the window. We talk about balance training in combination with the body posture. Skill training for bowing technique. We start with a little stick and after that we go into the real bowing. So you're fully prepared. Your hands already know the motions when you start bowing, and that's just great. You just have to recognize it. Then skill training for left hand technique, again to make your intonation very good. Get also the speed and the confidence. We go into different bowing techniques, different rhythms, slurred bowing, for example, slow bowing, fast bowing, whatever you want to learn. We go into bow division techniques, because your bowing as a violinist is like the breath of a singer, and you must use that in an efficient way to create the most beautiful tone and to make everything possible. Then you get, of course, rhythmical training, which is integrated through everything, not boring exercises, but just everything is integrated. So you learn things while you don't even know what you're learning, which is great, of course. Intonation training, training to play in tune. That's why I use an auditive phase, so you don't look what you are going to play, but you hear what you're going to play, and you can compare that, focus all on the hold and stuff, and before you go into reading notes, you're already ready for that. Then you learn the first, the second and third and the fourth finger in separate training videos. I will build it very step by step, because if you play the first finger really in tune, if you've learned it very well, the other ones are very easy. With play after me videos, I play something, you play it after me, and I will teach you how to do this. You might be thinking, oh, I can't do that, I can't play on my ear, but in this Violin Lounge Basic you will learn that. So I will first teach you how to do it, and then you need to do it. So it's not that you will not be able to do it or anything. So that's the ear training. Then you will learn some familiar child songs like Father Jacob, Mary Has a Little Lamb. And you will get some improvisation exercises. That's very useful when you're just getting started and you really want to get to know your instrument. But it's also very useful if you're classically trained and you don't know. If a friend asks you, can't you just play something, and you think, oh, I have to get my sheet music and I don't know if it's studied. You can just play something, just do it, and I will teach you how to do it. And it's so easy. It's really a secret way to do it. You can just do something like something like that, or anything else you make up. You can do that even if you start learning the violin absolutely from scratch. You can learn to do what I just did. So be creative with what you learn with your violin and make your own music too. You will learn some scales, the G major, D major and A major one octave scales on the violin. On the viola you will learn the C major scale, the G major scale and the D major scale with various intonation exercises, different bowings, different rhythmical stuff, and you will really learn that scale in different things. So it affects every training, everything is integrated in this course. So it will affect your rhythmical training, your ear training, your intonation, your bowing technique, your left hand technique. Everything will be in those scales, and I will tell you exactly how to do that. Then we have some rhythmical exercises that are integrated. We do dynamics, how to play loud and soft with different sound colors. Did you know that there are 4 ways to play soft on the violin and 4 ways to play loud, and you can make any combination of them? You will learn everything in this course. You will learn how to practice efficient and effective, so you can get maximum results from your practicing time. Well, that's a lot, isn't it? I've got almost a sore throat of it. You will get some bonus videos. You will get some yoga-like stretch and relax exercises, especially for violin and viola players. So we really get to those muscles that tend to become stiff and that you need for violin or viola playing. You learn as a bonus, this course is mainly focused on the violin, but you will get a bonus module that will learn you to apply everything you've learned in this course to the viola, how to select the right size of viola, what are differences between violin and viola, and what are the similarities with the violin, what are the advantages of playing viola next to violin or just playing viola. We will get into that. Then bonus number 3 is a module around mindset and motivation for music. I'll do some pep talk for you just in between all those exercises. I will give you some motivation and some mindset, also to optimize the results that you get from everything I give you in this Violin Lounge Basic. bonus number 4 is how to practice in flow. So you achieve more while doing less and you will enjoy it more. Well, that's a great deal, isn't it? So I think I've covered around everything. So how it works is that you just press get direct access button, you do the payment through PayPal, you can create a free account there or whatever you do, you can just and then you just pay the steal of $99. It's really nothing compared to what you learn in this. For example, 1 year of weekly lessons at the music school is already over €1,000, which is around $1,300. And you will probably not even learn all of this. So this training is really worth thousands or even $10,000s of euros. And you will just pay $99 for it. So it's a steal because I really want to get it out of the world that people so struggle with advanced stuff and that they don't even master the basic skills of violin playing. As a teacher, I teach people who are just getting started and people who are playing for 30 years. And almost everything comes down to these basics. And I explain the same thing to so many people over and over again. And that's why I've started this e-course, Violin Lounge Basics, to make it accessible for everybody. That's why I do it in English, while it's not my native language. And that's also why I'm offering it for such a low price, because I really want this to go wildfire. I just want every violinist and violist in the world to know this and to stop struggling and to know how to solve their problems, to know where the real problem lies and then how to solve it and get through things, get to their next level, achieve anything they like on the violin or viola. And that's what I really want for you. I really want those results for you. So in this course I really give you everything I know on the subject, or everything I could share with you on this subject. It's really lots of videos. It's hours and hours and hours of content, and you can imagine that if it's hours and hours of content, how much time it costed to really select and handpick all the best exercises to achieve these goals and to put them in the course. How many hours there were in getting it all together, getting it all in a logical order, that everything is integrated with everything and you're training everything at the same time. So that's it's really a shortcut. Well, there is no magic, there is no learn to play violin in a day or whatever. It will take some effort and time from your side. I don't want to deny that or everything. Of course it will take time, it will take effort, but with Violin Lounge Basic it will take you a lot less time and effort and money as it would usually cost you to get this information, these skills. And this program is useful to beginners, to intermediate players, advanced players. And if you're a professional and you're teaching, then this might inspire you to integrate these things in your teaching practice too. Because in a lot of lessons I understand there's a lot of pressure from students and parents and maybe the music school to get into the what of playing. Well, you should actually be getting into the how of playing too. And if you want something new, like an auditive phase, that you first learn people to make music and then learn to recognize it in the notes, which goes really fast, then this is also the course for you. Please, if you like this idea, share it with all your friends, because I really want this to spread like wildfires. I could make the price lots of higher, but I haven't done that because I really want you to get these results. So also, if you've done the course, let me know what you think about it and share it with other people, because it's important, I think, at least. Okay, happy playing. Bye bye.